Kia ora whānau. Here we're back at the marakai on the Papakainga. Brought in some bark, and so this will be our pathway ki te raki. We'll need to ko atu o te raki, and so we'll have a pathway here, and then eventually you'll have one out to te whitinga, ki te tonga, ki te tokorau, and you'll have these 4 quadrants laying out our mara. So we've just been working today. So who's working on the whenua whai wawata project, which is an arm of Kaikohe Laumarama Trust, Waiatua Trust, which is a whānau one here, and also Te Au Whenua Trust that are looking after the whenua. And so the idea being is that we're building a marakai for all the whānau that are related to this whenua, and we'll be planting out in here soon, but we're going to do off the whole quadrant. So if I'm standing in the middle here, te whitinga, ki te tonga, that quadrant we're going to be planting out this season, and this will be our first part. So what we've done is prep the soil underneath, put some compost on. We've been working on our swales, leveled those out, which is pretty awesome. So this will become our permanent hua whenua, hua rākau, utilising the swales. As I've said before, water runs off on the hill here, goes into the swale, the dip catches in there, and what will happen is that you'll have this plume underneath the soil of water that'll eventually store up because of what the swale is doing, instead of just running off down onto the road. And as we plant along here, so we're putting compost on the mounded part, and this is where we'll plant out our permanent trees, things like fruit trees, berries, and we'll utilise the shade of those to plant our soft vegetables, which is what we're going to be doing in this tree line here. In this tree line we are going to create a marakai in there as well, utilising the shade, so things like our lettuces, broccoli, we can grow in there. The challenge that we're going to face is that we're going to be able to need to control the pests, and that's what the Au Whenua are doing. We're putting up traps around the place, but that's part of the learnings. The swale's not quite finished yet, but we've got the height, and so I've got 2 here. Going to put another one up the top there. So that becomes our seasonal harvesting in the marakai around the porowhita, and this becomes our permanent. So we'll create a permanent food forest along here for the whānau. My vision is that we'll have fruit and vegetables, fruit trees for our rangatahi if they want to come and grab some, and then vegetables growing around the mara. We've got a wānanga coming up. Going to tie it to the AGM, so AGM will happen, and we'll do a bit of a kōrero. So things that are needed: covers, we're going to need shelter, we're going to need water storage facilities, and we're also going to need these rākau that goes to our shoulders, and we're going to create a fence around the edging and create it like a pā. So it'll be a pā mara. Mahinga kai, we're around the edging of our mara, and it'll actually be, it's going to look pretty awesome. I can see it on my head. So here's the view from the top end. We'll probably put our buildings up here, weaving areas, germination, seed propagating areas up here, a little more Māori space. And then when we're doing mahi i runga te moana, navigation by the stars, our porowhita is laid out to demonstrate that. So just to remind us of the whare that go from in our whare here, we have te rā, te kāinga, ngoi, manu, te rangi, te reo and te kore. So those 7 whare that goes around, which is just duplicated around the portawhita. So we've got manu on this inner circle where the centre one is. We've got manu markings, and then we'll just stretch them out into the centre. So we'll find the centre between the 2 points, and that's where a po will be. So I know there are other whānau on our papakainga who do carvings, and so one of the kōrero will be with them is that these fixtures will put po in, and particularly around the ordinal points and the manu, they can be a po, and then we have these markers, and on this side we'll actually do the full marking out, so that when we do our navigation on the horizon, which is we can look at our star signs and do wānanga around our stars, we'll actually see when they rise. So for example, if I move over to the centre of our portawhita here, is that we'll have te whitinga and Tomokana, which is Tomokana's over there, the west. Te whitinga is east. If I stand here, right in the centre, Tautoru should rise right there, and then it sets on that side. Tautoru is Orion's belt. So in the horizon, when it comes up, you'll see it just up there, and then we can work out what our different star signs are around as a wānanga space using our mara. Yeah, so lots of little wānanga things can happen here. Composting, seed germination, nursery, permaculture, applying principles of huapare kore. Matoa Percy Tipene from Moerewa started that kaupapa, and so we're doing an Māori organic process, trying to use all natural resources for our marakai. Local arborist supplied the wood chips, so we're in a good relationship with them. But yeah, alright, this is our marakai. Mahinga kai I rungi te papakainga o Mātua, Toa, te Māmuku, te au whenua, ki te wahi o Kirikiri. Ka pai. Alright then, hei kona whānau, hei kona.